Guys, welcome to Rooster Family Cooking, episode 1. Yeah. Today, we're gonna cook ribs. Now, I'm from Texas. Now I live in Cali, and it really makes me mad that out here, no good barbecue at all. So, what I decided to do is make a little one-on-one, instructional video for you guys, so we can all have good barbecue. Today, we're gonna make ribs. I'm making them on a 22.5-inch Weber. It has a thermometer. If you don't have a thermometer on your grill, I recommend you get a meat thermometer or something like that. If you're cooking on a smaller Weber or an 18-inch Weber, grab a thermometer and let's go. Here's where we're gonna marinate the ribs. Very important. Might be up to your style to use a dry rub or a sauce. A little bit of salt and pepper maybe. It's up to you. This part is your discretion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of dry rub and I'm going to use sauce. So I got about 2 pounds of ribs. I'm cooking for a family of 4. You can stretch it to 5, whatever you want to do. When I get the rack of ribs, make sure I take this little pad off, that's no good. I got my fresh rack of ribs. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a little bit of dry rub, right? A little bit of sauce. I want 18 hours. If you're in a pinch, do it in 8. But don't do less than 6. Don't do less than 6 hours. See, I put the dry rub on all of the top. Now I'm going to put my sauce on the ribs. Basically, what I want is for them to sit in vinegar. Tomato sauce has a lot of citric acid in it. So if you really want that, you need to have citric acid. Cox Family Cooking, we're doing ribs, what I tell you. So you can do a dry rub, you can do sauce, you can do salt, pepper, spices, whatever you want. Because we're cooking ribs, they're going to cook for a few hours. So we got to have a lot of charcoal, right? Let's make a pyramid.
A big pyramid.
Right. And what do we do after we finish our pyramid? We wash our hands, right?
Yeah.
Let's wash our hands.
Look at our pyramid, Mom.
While the girls aren't here, I want to put the lighter fluid on. My girls are only 5 and 2, so it's a little early for them to be doing this. But we're going to let this soak for about 5 minutes. Ready to light the fire?
Yeah.
Has it been 5 minutes since we put on the lighter fluid?
What's lighter fluid?
It's been 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to light it on 2 sides?
Yeah.
And the fire's going to be hot, so the kids got to stand back, right?
Yeah.
All right. When did we open the vent, Victoria?
When the fire starts to disappear.
When the orange goes away, is that right?
Yeah, when the orange goes away.
Perfect. I'm going to put the wood chips on as soon as all this gets a little flattened out. I still have to put my grill on and my lid. Controlling your heat is key. That's all you really got to do to flatten out your coals. That's good enough. I'm going to put my lid on. It gets hot quick. I'm from Texas, so I like pecan. So what I did was I put the pecan chips in a bowl of water. What we're going to do is let them soak for about 30 minutes while the fire gets ready. After that, I'm going to add the chips on top of the charcoal.
Wow.
I'm gonna dump out the water because I don't want a lot of water in my barbecue pit. I don't want a lot of water on my coals, so I'm gonna dump most of it out. I got moist wood chips. I used pecan. Like I said, I'm from Texas. I'm gonna take my wood chips that were soaked in water and spread them all over the top. Also, I'm gonna close my vent about halfway. That will restrict airflow from underneath, and it's gonna lower your temperature. Like I said, we need to control our temperature when we're cooking ribs. Okay guys, I got my thermometer just over 300. It's about where I want to start. I'm gonna decrease a little bit of airflow. How I'm going to do that, simple, right? Just adjust the vent. Just adjust the vent on top to decrease your airflow. That will decrease your temperature. To increase your temperature, you want to introduce more air into your grill. Now we got a rack of ribs. It's been marinating. How long, Victoria? Over 24 hours, right?
Over 24 hours.
Perfect. All right, so we're ready to go. Are we ready to put it on the grill? What's our grill temperature at? Let's look at the thermometer. Looks at about 350. I think that's okay to start, but I just closed up the vents, so we're gonna lower the temperature a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Our wood chips are going. Look at them. Oh, they're going. Oh, I gotta get these ribs on. The longer I leave the lid open, the more air is gonna come in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Those ribs look good. And I'm gonna close the lid off. Okay, it's about 90 minutes in on the top Weber. I'm looking at my ribs. I flipped them a couple of times. You see, the meat starts to separate from the bone after a short time. We are about halfway through cooking. You see that? Flip it over, keep it off of the heat for the most part. Where's my heat at? About 275. I'm gonna add my soaked pecan chips to the top of the charcoal that I already have. Bring it here. Now remember, we're cooking ribs. We have to keep the heat low. So I want to adjust my vent in order to keep the heat at about 50% from the bottom, 50% on top. That'll give me around 300. When I add the wood chips, it'll knock it down 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Throw my chips on. There you go. We're gonna put the ribs back on the grill, like so. Okay. Okay. I noticed my thermostat is up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, so I need to kick it down a little bit. What I want to do is about 250, 275 degrees Fahrenheit. In order to do that, I want to control my heat by controlling my airflow. I want to control my heat by controlling my airflow. The less air I have, the less temperature I will have. Now, on my Weber, you got all the way open, all the way closed on the bottom. All the way, mostly closed, all the way open on the top. Take a look at your thermostat. Make a note of your thermostat. Control your temperature. By adding water-soaked wood chips, I'm lowering my temperature. See how the ribs look. They're separating from the bone, so they're looking great. There's no black marks. If you got black marks, you got hot spots. lower your heat if you have black marks on your meat. By opening my vents, I escalated my heat a little too much. So now what I want to do is close up a couple of my vents. Barbecue sauce right here. It's called Moppin sauce. I got my cheap paintbrush from the dollar store, wherever, whatever you want to do. Like I said, buy an expensive one at Barbecue Galore, whatever you want to do. I got my Moppin sauce right here. The ribs are starting to separate from the bone. So let's go take a peek. Guys, when the bones start to retract from the meat like this, that's a good sign that the ribs are almost complete. They're almost done cooking. I'm painting on the, it's just like painting a room. Put barbecue sauce on. I'm going to let them sit for a minute. One thing of importance here. After we put on sauce, we want to close our vents, control our heat. Remember, always control your heat. So I'm going to go over here. I close my top vent. I'm going to close my bottom vent all the way. I'm almost done. What's my temperature there? Maybe 240 or 250 or so. 240, that's fine. Anything over 170?
Accidents happen.
I'm gonna get back up and finish up these ribs. Because hey, that's the way it goes. It's episode 1, baby. What do you want? It's episode 1. Look at these ribs though. Look at these ribs. Oh my goodness, they're just delicious. They're perfect. Okay, we got a little fat here. We're gonna cut this stuff off. But on my other side, oh, perfect, perfect. They're about done. Time to take them off. Come look. Look at that. Oh, it's perfection. Okay, very important. You want to let these sit for at least 5 or 10 minutes. You see the way they pulled away from the bone? You know they're done. That's how you know they're done. What I want to do is cut this rib right next to the next bone. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Cut right along the bone. I want to talk about barbecue sauce. I recommend you don't put it on until the last 10 minutes of when you're cooking. There's a lot of good national brands, a lot of good local brands. You might have a little spot down the street that I don't know about. I would love to know about it, so put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. I would love to know about any local sauce you guys know about that I don't. Thank you for watching Rooster Family Cooking. Subscribe down below, because next time, what are we making? Bacon wrapped jalapenos! Woo!